Welcome back to the Magical Foundations series. So today I'm going to talk about the Kabbalistic Cross. If you're not sure what the Kabbalistic Cross is, it's a ceremonial magic practice that is always performed before and after such rituals as the lesser pentagram rituals, either the lesser banishing pentagram ritual or the lesser invoking pentagram ritual. Now, I'm going to show you two versions of this. I'm going to go over the one which was created by the Golden Dawn, and then I'm going to go over that which I was taught by Yakuba Swat in the form of Practical Kabbalah. There's quite a bit of difference between the two, but I think practice both and see how you feel about it. You might find that the one works better than the other. I find that the one I was taught in Kabbalah practice is a lot more powerful than the one used in Ceremonial Magick. I used to use the one in Ceremonial Magick by the Golden Dawn for many years until I met Yakuba, and then he taught me this new way of doing things, and it was very different. I found it to be extremely useful, extremely powerful. So anyway, I'm going to show you both. You try both, you practice both, and you see which works best for you. Alright, so to get into the Kabbalistic Cross, or the crossing ritual as it's sometimes called. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to form a cross on the body, and you pull the energy of the divine into each point, and you pull it into the brow, and then you pull it down to the navel. Some people say pull it down to the genital area, and then you're going to pull it into the shoulder, and then back up again into the cosmos. As I say, the practice I was taught in Kabbalah is slightly different, but I'm going to show you the Ceremonial Magick one first, and then we'll do the Kabbalah one, and then compare the two. So the wording itself is Ate Malkut Vegavura Vegadula Leolam Amen, and this is basically the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. So with the Golden Dawn practice, the ceremonial practice, people do it slightly differently. I think it's how they were taught and how they felt it should develop, maybe. So yeah, the visualization itself is a bit different. The actual cross itself is often the same, usually the same. If you go into Crowley's work and Thelema, then you'll find that there is a slight, just one little difference. They actually add a fifth point, so they go to brow ate, and then they go to heart, and they either say Awaz, which was Crowley's holy guardian angel, who also brought in the Aeonic age, and then they go to Malkut, etc., etc. Now when you get to heart, you can, if you know the name of your own holy guardian angel, you can use that name, but that's the Thelema version, just that one point added. So as I say, the visualization that people use is slightly different from person to person, so I'm just going to go through what I learned, what I used to use, which I think is quite adequate. So what you do, just stand, feet shoulder width apart, just close your eyes, get relaxed, stick your belly out if you've got a big belly like me, and then basically you just expand yourself, and you grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and you grow bigger than the earth, and then you grow bigger than the universe, and you grow bigger than the cosmos, and you become God. So just take a moment to do that. hands by sides. Just imagine yourself growing bigger. You're expanding. You're becoming bigger than all things. Bigger than the universe. Bigger than the cosmos. So big that you become all of it. And then you imagine a ball of golden light above you. Now you can either use an athame, a dagger, a ceremonial dagger, or you can just use your 2 fingers, 2 pointy fingers. So imagine that golden light above your head, and then reach up with your dagger or your fingers into the light and draw it down into your brow, point to your brow, and intone Aten. Draw that line of energy down to your navel and intone Malchut. Bring your fingers to your right shoulder. Intone Vengavura. Draw the energy across your chest to your left shoulder. Intone Vengadula. Bring back to the center. Leolam. And then point back up. Amen. And that's the Kabbalistic Cross in ceremonial practice. Now, when you practice it in the Kabbalah practice that I was taught, thinking about it now, there are actually a lot of differences. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to go through the active meditation. That's the mother breath, tuning and toning the body. If you want to do spontaneous singing or dancing, that's fine. And then come into pore breathing through the hands, and then continue from that point. So once you've done the pore breathing through the hands and you've got a ball of energy in front of you, then you're going to bring your hands back down to your sides, and what you'll find is usually it feels as if the gravity's pulling your hands down or pulling the energy from your hands almost. It's almost like a grounding. And what you do, you just circle your hands, tiny, tiny little circles. And that stirs up the energy slightly. Now before I carry on with this, I need to explain the shadow body, or the Selem Hanefesh, which is a shadow body of the instinctual self. So the shadow body, it's the same, it's almost like you have kind of like a phantom inside your body. So it takes on the same form as your body, but it's a shadow, and it sits inside your body and it moves with you. So as you move your hands around, your shadow body is moving as well, okay? Now what we do is we disconnect the shadow body slightly from the physical body. And with each movement of the hand, so as you move from your sides, you're going to bring your hand up to point at your forehead, your brow, okay? You don't touch your skin, you just point at it. But what you're going to do, each movement, so from there, down to there, up to there, up to there, up to there, up to there, every single movement is preceded by your shadow body. So just to give it a little bit of practice so you can understand how it feels, just stand with your hands by your side, and then bring your hand up slowly with your fingers pointing, and point your brow. Now you might feel a bit of, you've been doing the active meditation, so you've stirred up energy, so you'll probably feel a bit of pressure on your brow from the energy from your fingers. And then bring your hand down slowly, back to your side. Do that once more. Bring it up slowly. And as you're doing it, just remember how it feels. With your eyes closed. I'm going to do it one more time. Just bring your hand up slowly. Remember the movements, remember the action. Okay. Now, without moving your physical arm, move your shadow arm and do exactly the same movement. You come up slowly, you point at your forehead, and you'll probably feel a bit of pressure on your forehead, on your brow, from the energy, and then move it back down. Okay. So you can practice that for a while if you want to. I'm going to carry on and just show you the rest of it. Now, what you're going to do is also form a cosmic cross in the body. The cosmic cross is, it goes from forehead down to belly. Okay, so it's an arc that does that, and then an arc that goes up the back through. So you have a continuous circle doing this way. Then when you do the shoulders, you're going to come there and then around the back. So there's one horizontal circle. And then from here, we then go here and we come around with a full circle. So it's a three-dimensional sphere. Well, it is a sphere that has three lines on it. Okay, so vertical, horizontal, and then vertical again in the opposite direction. This actually forms, this is actually used in a practice for developing the body of light, which is very good for creating a vehicle for astral projection, astral travel. But that's a bit of a different practice, but it also incorporates the cosmic cross. And in that instance, you take the cosmic cross around your entire body. But here we're just going to take it in the torso, in the upper part of the body. Okay, so in order to form the cosmic cross while you're doing the movements and the intonations, or the intoning, so you come up to forehead, breathe in, and then intone ater. And as you do ater, you form a half circle in front of your body down to your navel. Then your shadow arm moves down, followed by your physical arm down to your navel, and then breathe in and intone Malchut, which then carries the energy back to your head, so you have a full circle this way. Then we come up to shoulder, Vegavuda. As you intone Vegavuda, then you get a circle coming here. Then your shadow arm, physical arm, and then Vegadula, and the circle continues and you form a horizontal circle. And then it's Le or Lam all the way around, back to the shoulder, which forms that line. And then you form the cosmic cross. And then we just come into, we actually kind of, it's like the Amen part is a bit like I'm speaking through a megaphone. So you speak through your hands and you project on, it's Amen. It's not really Amen, it's Amen. So I'm going to show you, and then you should be able to get it. But I just wanted to tell you, or instruct you on how the circle actually works, because you're obviously not going to see that physically. You're not going to see the lines of energy. You're not going to see my shadow body moving. If you do, cool, then, great video. I doubt you're going to see it. Alright, so let's start from the beginning again. So you've done pore breathing through the hands, you come down, you circle the hands and stir up the energy, and then you begin. And that's it, complete. So as I say, just practice both of them, see which feels more comfortable for you, see which one you feel pulls in the energy more than the other one, and continue using that one. And so next video, the next few videos, I'm going to start going into the different ways to actually create sacred space. So we will be doing the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. I'll also touch on the invoking ritual. There is a bit of a difference. Some people only use the banishing ritual. I used to only use the banishing ritual because the way I did it was at each quarter I projected the energy out and then pulled the energy back in. So it was almost like a banishing and an invoking at the same time, using the banishing earth pentagram. So it gets a bit confusing sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's what you feel most comfortable with and what makes sense to you and how the energy works with you and for you. So as I say, you just need to practice these things and get to know them, and then you can figure out what actually works for you. So we'll be going through the ceremonial stuff. I will be touching on the star ruby, which is Crowley's version of the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. I'm not going to go through the whole ritual, but there's a lot of information in there about Pan, and Pan's very dear to my heart. But there's a lot of symbolism and stuff in the star ruby that is quite valuable and definitely worth looking at. So I'll be touching on all of that. We'll be going through the Wiccan circle casting and through the traditional compass round. In most cases I'll be demonstrating things. In some cases I'll be demonstrating things, but I think in most cases it's going to be more of a discussion. So that you can go out and you can practice it yourself and have a bit more knowledge about what you're doing when you actually practice it, and why you're doing it. So the next few videos we will be going into a lot of that stuff, and so I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and if you please like or smash the like button, share it with anybody you feel could benefit from these videos, especially if you've got value from them, and please subscribe if you haven't already, because there's a whole series of these videos that are quite valuable, I think. So if you got value out of them, benefit out of them, you might want to watch the whole lot. They're all going into the same playlist. So yeah, that's it. Thanks. Cheers.